A&P Powerplant Engine Fuel Systems. Question: the fuel systems of aircraft certificated in the standard classification must include which of the following? A positive means of shutting off fuel to all engines. Question: fuel crossfeed systems are used in order to maintain aircraft stability. Question: what precaution should be taken when putting thread lubricant on a tapered pipe plug in a carburetor float bowl? Engage the first thread of the plug, then put a small amount of lubricant on the second thread and screw the plug in. Question: fuel pump relief valves designed to compensate for atmospheric pressure variations are known as balanced type relief valves. Question: which of the following turbine fuel filters has the greatest filtering action of any present-day filter type? Micron filter. Question: what is a characteristic of a centrifugal type fuel boost pump? It separates air and vapor from the fuel. Question: a rotary vane pump is best described as a positive displacement pump. Refer to Figure 7. What is the purpose of the fuel transfer ejector? To assist in the transfer of fuel from the main tank to the boost pump sump. Question: fuel pressure produced by the engine-driven fuel pump is adjusted by the relief valve adjusting screw. Question: most large aircraft reciprocating engines are equipped with which of the following types of engine-driven fuel pumps? Rotary vane type fuel pump. Question: fuel boost pumps are operated to provide a positive flow of fuel to the engine. Question: it is necessary to control acceleration and deceleration rates in turbine engines in order to prevent blowout or die out. Question: what is the final authority for the details of carburetor overhaul? The manufacturer's recommendations. Question: where is the engine fuel shutoff valve usually located? Aft of the firewall. Question: the primary conditions that allow microorganisms to grow in the fuel and aircraft fuel tanks are the presence of water. Question: it is desirable that fuel lines have a gentle slope upward or downward and not have sharp curves or sharp rises and or falls in order to prevent a vapor lock. Question: how often should float carburetors be overhauled? At engine overhaul. Question: the federal aviation regulations require the fuel flow rate for gravity systems, main and reserve, to be 150% of the takeoff fuel consumption of the engine. Question. Kerosene is used as turbine engine fuel because kerosene has more heat energy per gallon and lubricates fuel system components. Question. A fuel pressure relief valve is required on engine-driven vane-type fuel pumps. Question. If an engine equipped with a float-type carburetor backfires or misses when the throttle is advanced, a likely cause is that the accelerating pump is not operating properly. Question. Fuel lines are kept away from sources of heat, and sharp bends and steep rises are avoided to reduce the possibility of vapor lock. Question. Maximum power is normally considered to be developed in a reciprocating engine with a fuel-air mixture ratio of approximately 12:1. Question. Which statement is true regarding proper throttle rigging of an airplane? The throttle stop on the carburetor must be contacted before the stop in the cockpit. Question. Boost pumps in a fuel system provide a positive flow of fuel to the engine pump. Question. What is the purpose of the flow divider in a turbine engine duplex fuel nozzle? Creates the primary and secondary fuel supplies. Question. A pilot reports that the fuel pressure fluctuates and exceeds the upper limits whenever the throttle is advanced. The most likely cause of the trouble is a sticking fuel pump relief valve. Question. The purpose of the diaphragm in most vane-type fuel pumps is to compensate fuel pressures to altitude changes. Question. What causes the fuel divider valve to open in a turbine engine duplex fuel nozzle? Fuel pressure. Question. Which type of pump is commonly used as a fuel pump on reciprocating engines? Vane. Question. What are the principal advantages of the duplex fuel nozzles used in many turbine engines? Provides better atomization and uniform flow pattern. Question. What is the purpose of an engine-driven fuel pump bypass valve? To prevent a damaged or inoperative pump from blocking the fuel flow of another pump in series with it. Question. When an electric primer is used, fuel pressure is built up by the booster pump. Question. Which of the following statements concerning a centrifugal type fuel boost pump located in a fuel supply tank is not true? The centrifugal type pump is classified as a positive displacement pump. Question: during what period does the fuel pump bypass valve open and remain open? When the boost pump pressure is greater than fuel pump pressure. Question: where is the main fuel strainer located in the aircraft fuel system? At the lowest point in the fuel system. Question: the fuel pump relief valve directs excess fuel to the inlet side of the fuel pump. Question: where physical separation of the fuel lines from electrical wiring or conduit is impractical, locate the fuel line below the wiring and clamp the line securely to the airframe structure. Question: a fuel strainer or filter must be located between tank outlet and the fuel metering device. Question: excessively rich or lean idle mixtures results in incomplete combustion.